Welcome to Smash Writing. Today we are back reviewing another Twilight series film, Breaking Dawn, Part 1. I'm Paul. This is Justin. It's a shitty movie. Good night.
That sums it up pretty well.
It really does.
We have to find out how much we're going to be dancing around the one part. But, yeah.
Go ahead and read this stupid-ass plot.
This movie opens up with Jacob throwing a tantrum.
How many times is he going to do this dumb shit? Like,
all throughout the movie. 2 hours to tantrum.
I mean, no, like, there are a whole series, like, he's second. Just accept that. He's friend zone. Accept that.
She never really,
That's how I feel about this series.
I know at times it looks like she wants to move on with the relationship, but she makes it known to him early on, like, you're not going to be above Ed. She's never going to pick you over Ed.
That is true, and he can't accept that. Like, despite the fact that she's, in the previous films, head over heels for him, or getting engaged to him, and all of that dumb shit, he still thinks he has a shot.
Like, most of the romantic moments that happen between her and Jacob are assault or gaslighting.
Oh, Jacob.
The dad is depressed. Mom is excited. Because it's wedding time. Time for the wedding! And much like everything else,
I'd kill my daughter.
Bella still is not making any choices in her life. Because she obviously can't walk in heels, but she doesn't want to walk in them, but Alice wants her to be in heels, so she's in heels. Way to control your life. Don't worry, she will be taking control in this movie.
Yeah.
It's time for the wedding. We get stupid speeches, cringy moments, long first kisses. And then Ed brings Jacob as a wedding gift. He throws a tantrum immediately because she tells him that they're going to be doing the nasty when she's still human.
Mom chicka wawa.
That was just terrible. You should feel bad about yourself for doing that.
I feel bad about myself for watching this film. What are you talking about?
Anyway. None of these people just can figure out, Bella can be on top, right? Because they're all worried about, Edward squishing her like a bug. He could just not actually lay on top of her, but...
I mean, like, do vampires have to do it any different? Like...
Upside down.
I mean...
Hanging above a crypt.
This whole series is just stupid. Just stupid in every sense, but go on.
Anyway, we get through the wedding. A long, long wedding.
Wasn't it like 40 minutes?
It seemed like the first half of this movie was all wedding.
Yeah, it really was. Like, you want to talk about stretching out to make it a part 2. Holy crap.
This does feel like Mormon bullshit. Off to the honeymoon. And time for intimacy. They destroy the bedroom. Edward throws a fit because Bella got injured. Like, Bella's telling you to calm yourself down, it's fine. But no, he's freaking the fuck out. And we take a pause to go see Jacob bitching. Because he is all ready to go kill them all. Because he views Bella being turned as breaking the treaty. And I believe his name is Sam, the pack leader, is like, no, calm down. They haven't broken the treaty. It's her decision to make. And they're going to leave it alone. Much to his whiny chagrin. Well, but now we got to go back. We meet the housekeepers briefly. But Bella
Poor housekeepers. I mean, those poor folks.
Bella is pregnant. And it's to the fear of that one housekeeper. She is freaking out. And...
so how, did they... I mean, I know we don't even watch no director's cut, but how do they know that, they were... Edward was like a vampire?
I think it's the legends that they figured it out. They investigated on, Bella's dad.
Who is a cop?
Yes.
Okay.
Look, there's a point to be had where he wouldn't suspect vampire, right?
Right.
But at the same time, he should suspect something's amiss. And actively try to investigate them and actively look into what's going on in his town.
As the sheriff.
This is not a big city where there's tons of things for him to do. Eventually he's going to catch on to what's happening, because so much is happening.
Pretty sure everybody in that town has already known but him. He's like still kind of left in the dark. Seriously, you have all these treaties and stuff, and
well, we're gonna get to the treaty thing here in a minute. But so she's pregnant, and Ed's like, "We got to get that thing out of you." And the first thing she goes is, well, she's like, "Thing." She calls Rosemary, and Rosemary's gonna act as her security guard. Jacob gets the call that she's back and she's sick, so he goes rushing over there because if she's a vampire, he's gonna kill them all. Broken treaty. Now here's the interesting thing here, right? So the Cullens aren't allowed on their territory.
On the werewolves.
Yeah.
Yes.
But why are they allowed to just barge into their house?
I don't know, Stephanie. Maybe you should answer that question.
That seems like a breaking of territory here if you're barging into the Cullens' house.
And you would think that the vampires wouldn't just agree to a treaty without their terms.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of how treaties work.
And it's like, this is not the first time, like, Jacob was at the party, and he was like, I was invited by someone who doesn't live there.
This movie's so stupid.
Anyway, he discovers that she's pregnant, and Rosemary's not letting anything near Bella. Because, as she puts it, it's a baby. But it's not. Not a baby. Fetuses are not babies. They're simply not. You could call it, you could scream it until your face is blue and pearl clench as hard as you want. A fetus is not a baby until it comes out.
Okay, go on. You're going to get, pretty much all the abortion people on this channel.
Hey, I didn't make this a plot point in this fucking movie.
My God. All right.
So, the plan is that she will deliver, and the moment she does, Carlisle will return her before she dies. Edward does not like this plan, and he wants Jacob to go talk her out of it. And if she dies, then Jacob can kill Edward. So Jacob tries his best, he fails, and goes running off into doggo form.
And bitches and moans.
Well, no, this is where you have the meeting of the wolves. Whoever decided voiceover was the right moment, was the right thing to do, was wrong. Really wrong.
This movie is wrong.
The really bad voiceover going on here. But Sam and the pack decided that they're going to now kill them because the fetus will kill Bella. That is a death, which means now they can evolve and kill them all.
Despite it being her tell.
Yes.
I need to see this treaty because this shit does not make any sense.
Yeah, this is a flawed treaty going on here.
Very one-sided in everything.
Someone didn't bring a lawyer into this.
I mean, and then, in all honesty, this whole treaty thing with them, with the Cullens, it feels like they have, kind of established that the vampires are slightly stronger than the werewolves, right? Would it be safe to say that?
Well, yeah, they are stronger than the wolves, because anything can kill the wolves, and... Well, it started out only vampires can kill vampires, but then werewolves can kill vampires, too.
But, what I'm trying to understand is, why was this
in
treaty
all
even
actuality,
signed?
the werewolves should be able to do nothing to the Cullens.
Right.
To a group of vampires, the wolves are nothing.
One more movie.
But they fixed that, though. Just wait for the stupid to come here. So, Jacob leaves the pact to go defend the Cullens. And he's joined by Seth and Leah. Now, this is where my next question comes into play here. Now, Leah is dogpiled by everybody. No one likes Leah for some reason. Despite the fact she is very much a victim here. Mm-hmm. We're just not going to highlight that. No, she could up and just leave the pact. So why doesn't she just up and leave the pact? She doesn't want to be there. You can tell me it's an imprinting thing, but she was imprinted on. She never imprinted herself. So her going out and finding somebody new should not be
an
issue. Like, you go, well, she's in love. Well, you're going to fall out of love and in love about 40 fucking times throughout your life.
Jesus. Okay.
Not everyone marries the first person they fell in love with. Actually, I'm willing to bet most people don't.
That is true. That is true. It's the one that you finally end when you're
Because
like,
this is a Mormon thing again.
we hate this movie so bad.
Anyway, so they team up with the Collins, which adds more numbers, because the Collins have the numbers in a way. But they work around this issue. Well, hold on, before we get around that. They discover finally, because this fetus is eating Bella, is literally breaking her body. And Carlisle's like, you're not going to make delivery at this rate. That's when Jacob, despite how many years of vampire do you think is in this household? 5,000 years combined?
I mean, at least 2,000 for sure.
And it takes them all of this time to not figure out you should give it blood. You should feed Bella blood. It was Jacob who figured it out.
Vampires are so
good. Here's where the argument's going to... Because you're going to be like, well, this is so rare, they didn't even know. Statistically, that's not possible. It's not. Because you cannot tell me in the history of vampirism that none of the vampires got busy with a human woman. Because it's not even the fact that vampires can conceive a child with a human. I don't care about that. You can do what you want with a vampire. But the fact is, it's not statistically impossible that this has not happened quite a few times in the past.
Yeah, there's going to have to be some.
There's going to be a number of times this has happened, so it should be known what to do. And you're going to find out in Breaking Dawn too. Well, yeah, there is actually a second one. But that just proves my point here, is that this is not going to be... There might be a rare occurrence, but it's going to be a known occurrence.
So there's another half-breed in part 2?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not going to tell you don't spoil it for me because I haven't watched it up to this point. At this point, I really don't care.
Yeah, that's the driving point of what part 2 will be.
Half-breeds versus half-breeds.
Yeah.
Okay.
You wish. It's the X-Men.
I'll take that right now.
Anyway, now here's the real big problem is that Bella's been back in town for 2 weeks. And since she's been back, none of the vampires have hunted. Why? Who knows? So, Carlisle, the mom, Seth, basically everyone that is not Alice, Rosemary, Jacob, Edward, and Bella have gone on a hunt. They managed to sneak past the Wolfpack security and are going to hunt. And while they're out to hunt, Bella goes into labor by breaking her back. This is where the only good part of this movie series happens. Because they make this look gory as hell and it looked cool. I did enjoy it. The birthing process. Because the first thing that happened is Rosemary and Alice needed to vacate the premises because they started to go into a feeding frenzy. Leaving it up to Ed and Jacob to deliver this baby. And they managed to do so by Ed chewing a hole big enough for the baby to get out. And then they start injecting her with venom, but she's died. She's died. And Jacob's like, well, I'm going to let you live with this forever. And he storms out to have a cry.
At least he was like, the final part of that line or something was like, I could kill you right now, but that's too easy.
Yeah.
So that was like that whole one scene just was the movie.
So he goes out to have a cry, and then he shakes it off, and he goes back in to finish off the now baby. But the moment he lays eyes on this baby, his heart is won. He wants this baby, and he imprints on this baby. And we actually see a moment of this earlier in the movie, where he's talking about imprinting with the wolves.